N. Vernon A. murderer brutally killed Tiffany Clark, Marissa Song, and Heather Hernandez, three 16-year-olds, around Halloween 35 years ago. The attacker stabbed all three of them 16 times in black and a mask, getting the name Sweet 16 Killer. The killer has now fled, and the town knows his mask every Halloween. Town residents still dress like the Sweet 16 murderer. Jame and her closest friend Amelia are going to the Killer Instinct concert. Her mother Pam worries too much about Jamie on Halloween. Even though Jamie has self-defense skills and has been taught since she was 7. Pam is alone when the Sweet 16 murderer arrives after 35 years, confirming her worries. Pam is murdered by the Sweet 16 murderer, leaving Jamie devastated. The Sweet 16 murderer is back, and the community is on edge. Chris Dubas, a local resident and presenter of the Sweet 16 Killer podcast, approaches Jamie. Pam was accused of having an affair with Chris, which led to her death. Chris admits to Jamie that they investigated the Sweet 16 killer. Chris says that following 1987's 3 fatalities, Pam's mother received a letter in her locker suggesting she was next. Pam kept this from everyone and lived in terror that the Sweet 16 murderer would find her. The revelation makes Jamie more eager to find the culprit. She will not let the murderer escape. Jamie meets her closest friend Amelia, who is developing a time machine using her mother's notes for the scientific fair. Jamie hides in Amelia's time machine when the Sweet 16 murderer assaults her at Billy's boardwalk. Jamie returns to October 27, 1987. Jamie tries to fit in 1987 and finds that her mother Pam was a bully in Tiffany, Marissa, and Heather's clique. Molly's Jamie discovers Amelia's mother Lauren, who starts time travel. Lauren trusts. Jamie decides to mend the time machine after hearing about her novel. How time travel works is unknown. Time never stops, so 2023. Jame is missing, and her actions today will affect the future. Jamie moves to halt the killings as the police won't believe her. As an exchange student and mixes with Vernon High students, Jamie encounters many young familiar faces and must be careful since even minor decisions might affect the future. Tiffany and Heather die separately without Jamie's help. Heather died for Marissa during this tragedy. Jamie convinces her future mother. Pam tells her future father Blake and pals she is a clairvoyant and knows who will be assaulted next and where. Jame befriends them while Lauren fixes the time machine to return him home. After examining at the old images and discovering Jamie is in 1987, Amelia and Chris work to bring her back. According to legend, the Sweet 16 murderer will kill again at Billy's boardwalk at Halloween. After Jamie catches the Sweet 16 murderer at the carnival, Lauren will set up the time machine and hack the Halloween Carnival live broadcast to utilize its signal. She'll be near Lauren's time machine. Jimmy and Pam's companions await the killer and attack him. Sheriff Lim's daughter Carrara kills the killer, Doug Summers, Vernon High School's future principal. The killer may have been someone the Mollies bullied, but they hurt Doug's girlfriend. Doug's locket photo of Trish. Trish was inebriated when they pushed her to admit to sleeping with Coach Zahn at a sleepover, Marissa says. Trish sobbed and fled, and the Mollies allowed her drive drunk home, causing an accident. Marissa suspected Doug knew about the overnight and followed them. Jamie hates Pam for being rude, but Pam says she wasn't at the sleepover because she fought with Tiffany. Later, another Sweet 16 killer slices Marissa's neck. After seeing her destroyed mask, Jamie sees this attacker as the future killer. In 1987, Lauren installed the time machine in a quantum drop ride that can create enough force. In 2023, Lauren discovers Amelia asleep beside it. Lauren sends Jamie a day early to save her mother from the new Sweet 16 murderer who follows them to the quantum drop. He kills Chris Dubak's father live on TV on his way. Jamie escapes and reveals the new Sweet 16 murderer as future Chris Dubas. Chris says he killed Pam. He made a note to continue the Sweet 16 killer's tale, which was losing importance after 35 years. Since Chris's life is now about the Sweet 16 murderer, the more attention he gets, the more famous he will become. Jamie and Chris fight in the quantum drop. Battle concludes with Jamie winning. When Chris is not in the control pod and on the spinning roller coaster, his body explodes. Jamie returns to the future. In 2023, Jamie discovers her mother alive and well the day before Halloween. Only Lauren knows who Gia is and her experiences. So Lauren wrote down everything that changed in a book. A guy enters Jamie's residence. Lauren says Jamie's parents met early and had a kid, giving Jamie a 34-year-old brother named Jamie. Jason is his husband and Veronica is his daughter. Jim's new name Colette Lord is a bioengineer and Amelia is her best friend. Blake's pal Randy is presently Vernon High School principal. Sheriff Lim's daughter is police chief. Jamie's favorite rock star, Lurch, Trisha's brother, controls a video game empire. Eddie Royal is in a band called Waterbed Away since the Sweet 16 killer nearly killed him. While with Tiffany, Chris was traumatized after witnessing his father die on TV. The movie closes with him in an Indian monastery,